gave the advice while receiving a delegation of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, led by its 2023 presidential candidate, Prince Adewale Adebayo, in his palace in Ilorin, Kwara State. The Emir condemned the attitude of some public office seekers who would sit down at a corner of the country and still expect the electorate that scattered across the country to cast their votes for them during elections. Sulu-Gambari, who hailed the SDP's leader's approach to politicking, said it is good that they were moving around the country to know the Nigerian people and identify the challenges. The monarch blessed the leader of the team and members of his entourage, including the former Minister of Sports, Chief Simon Lalong. Earlier, the 2023 presidential candidate of SDP, Prince Adewale Adebayo, had briefed the Emir of the mission to Kwara. He said they were in the state to hold iftar and Ramadan lectures with the Muslim faithfuls. Well, quite interesting. I'll begin with you, Dr. Harry. What would you make of this remark by the Emir, advising politicians to stop lying to the electorates?
Well, thank you. And it's important that this call come up at this time.
All right.
Because, next year, to be precise, that is 2026, politics will begin as usual. And the politicians will go around the country, seeking for the electorate votes and so on and so forth. And it behoves on Nigerians. And I want to believe the Emir of Ilorin is also one of those Nigerians who look at their faces and tell them the truth. Because what politicians speak to the people during electioneering campaign is different of what they will do after possibly winning such an election into office. You see them, turning deaf ears to the, to their campaign promises to the people and all of that, which is not, for me, good for a country like ours, Nigeria. And so for me, the call is a welcome development, trying to tell them, look, you are not telling Nigerians the truth, so try to tell them the truth. And what is this truth this monarch is talking about? That when you promise you are going to provide so and so thing to the electorate, please, when you have opportunity being elected into such office as you seek for, you need to fulfill those promises. And if they have been doing that over time, I don't think Nigeria would have been where we are today. It is because politicians will tell you something today, and they will practice a different thing tomorrow. And they can even promise you something in the morning, and in the evening they will deny even giving you anything at all. And so for me, the monarch, in his wisdom, told them the pure truth. Look, you need to tell the people the truth. If you are to do A, B, and C, and if you have the opportunity to be elected by the same people, please fulfill that. Because we have too many of them in this country who will come to promise you the real thing during the electioneering campaign. And you see them turn around. When they are being elected into such office or offices, they will turn around and do the opposite. And so it is feasible that this monarch, who is not propelled by anything from this politician, speak the truth. Say, look, you must practice by what you preach, because you cannot practice one thing today and as against what you preached yesterday. And so it's ideal, and it is a call in the right direction that politicians should change from their normal ways. Because I tell you, Nigerians we are not all that difficult to be governed, but sometimes due to the attitude of some politicians, will make Nigerians to look as if we are very difficult people and so on and so forth. Well, the monarch has spoken. Let them also take it as a good advice and act on it for the betterment of Nigeria. And as time progresses too, let them also look back and see whether they have done the right thing or not. And if they haven't, they should go back to the drawing board and see where they have fallen and amend their ways and they do the right thing for the development of this great country, Nigeria.
Okay, well, Dr. Henry, I quite appreciate that thought there, but I also want to get your thoughts as regards the angle where the monarch is coming from. From your own perspective, how do you feel? What do you think might prompt this Emir Sulu-Gambari to make that statement, to advise other politicians?
I don't want to be, political here.
All right.
I want to speak as a citizen of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So the man in question is holding a position of trust for the people. I'm talking about the Emir.
Okay.
You understand? Emir of the city of Ilorin. Looking at the person involved, I'm talking about Prince Adewale Adebare, telling him that, look, I welcome you into my palace. But the truth be told, my prince, that politicians should tell the citizens the truth. So the monarch or the royal father did not mince word, telling them the truth. Because at some time, these people are not telling Nigerians the truth. They will tell you one thing today, and tomorrow when they have opportunity of going to that office, you see them practicing different thing altogether. And so the man look at the face of this person involved and tell him the truth. He said, look, you need to tell Nigerians the truth. Nothing but the truth. And so the monarch is saying the right thing, is making the right call. So whoever that is involved knows himself or herself. Tell Nigerians the truth. If you are going to do A, B, don't tell them we are going to give them life, because like I said here in one of our program here, I said, look, if it is possible, politicians will promise you life. They will give you life, that you will live and live to the fullest. But actually when they have their way, would they give you that life? The answer is no. So the monarch is telling them the truth. So if they like, let them take it. If they don't like, let them leave it. But the truth must be told at every given time when you have opportunity to do that.
All right. Well, Honorable Barrioma, coming to you now. I would also like to get your take as regards to how promises the politicians do make to the electorate as well as to their subjects or their constituents, as it may be. How good, from your own assessment, would you say they have been, up to delivering their promises as they promised probably during campaigns, and when they are elected into office, how good would you say that they keep to their promises?
First of all, thank you for such. I will tell you, when it comes to politics, politicians, they go with the so-called economic principle called double-edged sword. They are like this. They go front, they go back. So you can't really point out their direction. When they are coming to you, they come with a kind of direct, principle. We are going to do this for you. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to build house. I'm going to give you light. I'll give you road. That's when they are coming in. But if they have gotten the position they wanted, you will see that the reverse is the case. You will be writing as much as as possible a way for you to get to them, and every point in time you want to be hearing or what you'll be saying is excuses. Yeah, please, Oga is not around, Oga travel, Oga went to so place, and that's just the way it is. So if you're following politicians, you have in mind that the more you look, the less you see.
All right. So the monarch to come out to say politicians to be sincere, it's just that he have been behind the politics. Being behind the politics is that all politicians from different political parties must visit his kingdom. So in course of that, you must have heard from so many of them. So in course of that, he must have heard the truth and he must have seen the lies. So when they came up, it would be like, don't worry, if I'm able to succeed as the governor of this state, I'm going to build another palace for you. I'm going to empower your people. I'm going to support this kingdom to make sure this kingdom get to the global community. But end of the day, reverse seems to be the case. So on that note, it's very much open, and you must have seen the good and you must have seen the bad from them. Okay, I mean from your own assessment. Okay. From your own assessment, what would you say as regards to the attitude by some politicians making promises probably at the end I want to know from your own assessment if they've been able to keep to their promises or not.
Is nothing to write home about. Okay,
that is to say they've not been keeping to their promises.
Just like River State where we are,
okay,
you will find out that sometimes some of the politicians that are coming up, they have the vision for the people. They may have a good manifestos like what and what I'm to do for my people or for the state, but it comes end of the day where when they have been able to, to get the positions, to find out that the political godfathers will come up to say we don't do that here. The position that you have now is another stage of life where you are, so you have to change your mindset and you have to change all about you. So look at how we do. You have to give this to us or give this to the other people. That is to say, the more you look, the less you see. So politicians, as far as Nigeria is concerned, or even other parts of the world, but let's put out Nigeria. Politicians in Nigeria, they are nothing to write home about. So you can't really hope on them. Like me, I don't hope on many of them.
All right. So in essence, we would say that as 2027 comes by, everyone, all politicians, all candidates who seek any positions, should try to keep to their words and should also make promises that they would want to keep, right?
But one thing I would let you know is that comes 2027 is politics always go with the economic principle of survival of the fittest, which means those who are qualified should go. Because end of the day, you see that they use money just to entice the citizens, not really what they want to do for the citizens. But when they give the money to the citizens, since there is hunger in the land, the citizens will want to take the money. But after taking the money, it means, okay, I've given you your share. So what should I do? So
at that point in time, whatever promises they make, mean that they've been induced by the money.
Yeah.
So whether they keep to their promises or not, everything will just go under the carpet.
Why not?
All right, I think I've gotten your thoughts on